So before you know it, the NFL draft will be right here waiting for us where our Chicago Bears are picking number 10. And there's a draft prospect out there who is very polarizing to the Bear fan base. And we're wondering, will the Bears actually go out there and draft Ashton Jeanty of Boise State at number 10? Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe. And yeah, there's a few people asking the question, could the Chicago Bears go out there and actually draft a running back? But not just any running back. The running back at pick 10, Ashton Jeanty of Boise State. Now, before y'all go into the comments and just automatically poo-poo the thought, listen very carefully. There is a path, in my opinion, to the Chicago Bears potentially drafting Ashton Jeanty at number 10. It's unlikely, but there's a path. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk, Monday through Friday, right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. So we got free agency coming up next month in March. There's rumors out there that the Kansas City star guard Trey Smith is going to be available in free agency, and a lot of people are linking him to the Bears. There's also the chance that Atlanta Falcons center Drew Dalman will be available in free agency as well, and the Bears have been linked to him as well. So if the Bears go out there in free agency and pick up a couple of offensive line pieces like a Trey Smith or like a Drew Dalman, then for me, I'm completely okay with the Bears drafting Ashton Jeanty because you've addressed the offensive line. I think we all can agree that the offensive line and the defensive line, but the offensive line more so, is the number one primary objective for the Chicago Bears to fix this offseason. Above any running back, above any skill player, the offensive line has to be the primary objective when it comes to how we use our resources. But again, we still have free agency before the draft, and the Bears could address the offensive line in free agency. So everything doesn't have to be done in the draft. Not to mention right now we have 8 draft picks. So even if offensive line isn't addressed like with the first pick, number 10, it could be addressed with pick 39, 41, 72, or any of our 5th through 7th round picks. I think we have 2 7th round picks. We have a 5th round pick and different things like that. So there are multiple avenues to address the offensive line. Although you all know how I feel, right? I am tired of Ryan Poe bargain basement shopping for offensive linemen. No, if you're talking about getting linemen anywhere after the 5th round in the draft, I'm going to look at your side eye because we've done that. And up to this point, it hasn't worked. Now, y'all might say Braxton Jones Vipe, but we're talking about replacing Braxton Jones this year. So is that really a win for Ryan Poe? I guess that I'll let you be the judge of that, But the Bears haven't drafted a running back in the 1st round since 2005 when the Chicago Bears drafted Cedric Benson out of Texas. And he was the best running back in college at the time he got drafted. But unfortunately for the Bears, he just did not translate very well to the NFL pro level. So I know there are similar questions about Ashton Jeanty. Could his game translate to the NFL level? And he's 5'9", 215. He has all types of contact, balance, and power to him. I think he'll do okay at the pro level, but it does raise the question. Could he be another Cedric Benson if somebody drafts him in the top 10 or the 1st round even, We have to raise that question because, again, everybody thought Cedric Benson was going to be this amazing running back in the NFL, and it just was not the case. But I think Ashton Jeanty has a lot better opportunity. And for all of the thoughts about the competition that Ashton Jeanty has gone against with him coming out of Boise State, I mean, he did run all over Oregon too, and Oregon won the Big Ten. So it's not like he was only doing it against cupcake competition. Even against big-time competition, Ashton Jeanty was out there doing his thing. So the dude is a legit running back, and I've been looking at all these running backs in the draft. It's Jeanty, and it's literally everybody else. There's nobody in the draft that's even remotely on Ashton Jeanty's level at running back. So I am not going to completely dismiss the idea of the Bears drafting him, especially if we take care of some offensive line stuff in free agency. Now, if we draft him without addressing the offensive line at all, then yeah, I'm going to be having a problem. You should be having a problem with Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson and wondering what the hell they're doing up there at Hall. But for Ben Johnson himself, drafting a running back high in the 1st round is not unprecedented, of course, because the Lions did just draft Jahmyr Gibbs with the 12th pick, I think 2 years ago. So Ben Johnson is not afraid to draft a running back high. At least he's been a part of a program that's not been afraid to draft a running back high. And we see what Jahmyr Gibbs is doing with that Lions offense. Now, I know what you're going to say. Vibe, we don't have their offensive line, blah, blah, blah. Fine. But again, if we address the offensive line in free agency, then we're already on our way to doing that. So it's not the end of the world, y'all. It's not a doomsday scenario here. We just have to think about this logically and understand how the Bears will go about approaching this issue. Now, me personally, I don't think Ryan Post values running back that high because since he's been here, when he drafted Treston Ebner with the 6th round, and I don't know who else he drafted. I don't know if he even drafted another running back. I know he didn't draft one last year. He drafted Ebner the first year he was here. And in the 2023, I don't remember him drafting a running back. I don't think so. If he did, it's escaping me, and whoever it is not on the team. But I think the only running back that Poles has drafted, to my knowledge, is Treston Ebner, and he's not here anymore. So yeah, Poles doesn't really seem to value running back that much. So I can't really personally see him drafting an Ashton Jeanty at 10, knowing how he doesn't value the running back position that highly. But again, Ben Johnson is going to have a lot of personnel say, and if Ben Johnson wants Ashton Jeanty, then Ben Johnson probably going to get Ashton Jeanty because, again, Ben Johnson is making more money than anybody in that Bear front office. So he is making $13 million a year. He's going to have a lot more to say about the personnel moves than Ryan Poles might have, had in the past. But let me know, Bear fans, are you comfortable with the idea of the Bears potentially drafting Ashton Jeanty, or do you feel like me where there has to be some type of offensive line movement before you even think about that? Drop a comment, and if you want more opinionated Bears chatter, hit that video right there.